All right, guys, so here we are, 24 hours down, and I wanted to show you the battery life before I charge it up. So this is the all-new Google Pixel 8 Pro, and wow, I'm a little bit more impressed than I thought I would be with the battery so far. But obviously, I made it through a full day on a single charge, and I'm going to show you the battery life that I got, and also want to answer some of your questions that I'm getting already as far as is it better than this or is it better than that? The main question I think I'm getting is it better than this phone? Get it out of this nice, beautiful leather case. Is it better than the Ultra? Some people are asking this question already. I don't know how I could possibly answer that for you because this is a brand new phone. I've had this one for almost 7 months, I think, and this one is brand new. I've had it for just over a day, like a day and a half at this point. So, yeah, this is a phenomenal phone. I'm not going to tell you that it's better than the S23 Ultra. I think some people just want to hear that it is, or they want to hear me say the Ultra is better. I have no clue. But what I will tell you is that this phone is great, and the battery life is better than I expected it to be, considering what I'm doing. But I need to tell you about some changes that I made here, because when I first got this device, for half of the time of having it, I didn't notice that the display came default turned off of full resolution. So when you get your device, go over the settings, turn on full resolution if you want to. You don't have to. But I mean, at the exact 24 hours later, I was at 49% on the phone and 44% on the watch, I believe. I took a screenshot and I posted it online, or I said something online about it. But yeah, the phone itself made it 24 hours and I had 49% left at the exact 24-hour mark, which was about 7 a.m. I got this phone at about 7:15 a.m. yesterday, and right now it's 1:15 almost. And at 7 o'clock this morning, it was at 49%. So it made it, well, I think it was like 7:30 or something like that. But the point is, it was basically at half battery capacity after a full 24 hours. And at that point, for those people that want to know screen on time, I had used it about 3 hours. I had about 3 hours worth of usage. Now you're going to see that I'm at about almost 6 hours, 5.5 hours or 6 hours of usage at this point, with 17% left. So I want to talk about the resolution because I normally run the devices at the peak brightness, or excuse me, the peak resolution, because I want to see everything as clear as I can get it. I just want to enjoy it. So that was something that I wanted to point out to you guys. But let's look at the battery, and you can see I'm at 17%, and it says it's going to go ahead and last until about 4:15, but that depends on what I'm doing. And you can see I don't have battery saver turned on. I didn't do any of those things. I just pretty much kept going. It kept asking me, it asked me like twice, I want to turn it on. I said no. So let's look at you can see also my battery settings right here. Battery share is off. Adaptive charging is off. Battery saver, everything's pretty much off. There is a nice battery widget, and I'll show you that here. Let me show you the battery widget real quick. It's kind of big, so I was like, man, I don't know if I can actually fit this on the way I have mine. Oh, okay, yeah, it fits up there. So you can see here, see if I can make it bigger or whatever I need to do. Okay, well, yeah. Looks about the way I thought it would look. But that's a battery widget. I don't run that battery widget. I run this one's shortcut right here. But I'll leave that battery widget up there. I don't run very many widgets, as you can see, at all. So, but here's the battery usage that I got. So I'm at like 5.5 hours of screen on time at this very moment. So I think this phone will top out at about 6 hours based on my usage right now. If it were to stay this way, if I were getting almost 2 days with 6 hours of screen on time. Now remember, I don't care about the screen on time. A lot of you guys who watch care about the screen on time. I personally do not care about the screen on time. It doesn't bother me one way or the other what screen on time I get, because the longer the phone stays off the charger, that's what's important to me. So when I do want to use it, it's available. That's the only thing that's important to me. I do want to have some usage time, obviously, but I say this all the time. Like, it doesn't matter if the phone has 4 hours of screen on time, but it lasts 4 days. That doesn't bother me at all. So this phone lasted almost a little over a day and a half so far, it looks like. And or coming up on a day and a half, I think, or so. And it'll probably get about 6 hours of screen on time, possibly. That's what it is. So at least the way I'm using it, and this is what it is. I've had the watch paired up the whole time, and as you saw, the battery life on the watch, it is at 22%. But you know, overall, this is really decent battery life out of the box, because I normally, some of the other phones I've gotten plenty of phones where they just didn't have good battery life out the box because of how much I was using it, and then it just didn't handle certain apps and things like that. It just didn't do very well, and I had to charge it within the first day. With this device, nah, man, I used it and used it and used it, and then I woke up this morning at about 7 or 6:45, and then I picked it up eventually at 7 something, and you know, it had 49%, and I was like, yo, that's crazy right there. So that's cool. So for those that are questioning whether or not the battery life is going to be good or not, remember, battery life depends on you. It's going to be different for everybody. So you can't state that your battery is going to be the same as mine. Can't expect. You can sometimes, in most situations, depending on what phone it is, there are phones out there that really do get the same type of battery life. It's just what it is. And, you know, it just depends on the actual device. But overall, I'm pretty happy with this battery life. I don't have any kind of bad feelings about the battery life. Some people will say, oh my gosh, it's $1,000 to start on this phone, and it's only getting a day and a half with 6 hours of screen on time. I'm getting 10 hours of screen on time. Well, you can get 10 hours of screen on time on this device more than likely, or even 12, but you're going to charge in that same day more than likely. Because there's a lot of people that are just on their phones constantly, and they just stay on it. They don't get off of it, and they're getting 12 hours of screen on time, but they're also charging it the 13-hour mark. You see what I'm saying? So that's not really a good indicator of how good a phone is going to be. I like to look at how long it's off the charger and actually what it's doing for me. Like, is it there for me when I need it? The battery conversation is always a tough one to have sometimes for a lot of people, but it's easy for me because I just look at how I'm using the device. I see all the apps I have. I got all my banking apps, social media, shipping and handling stuff, just stuff that I use on every device. It's not different. All these apps are on all my devices. Some devices have more apps than others, but in the end, I think the Pixel 8 Pro is going to have phenomenal battery. I think it is. Now this year, I didn't get a 8. I actually got another 8 Pro in a different color. Because remember, I told you last year I bought the Pixel. They sent the Pixel 8, the 7 Pro out, and I bought the 7. And this year, I like the Obsidian so much. So yeah, I got. There's an official unboxing up on this. But this is the Obsidian, if you're wondering, just next to the Bay. Wow, the Obsidian is clean. But more on that later. But nonetheless, man, I hope you guys enjoyed this first look at the battery after 24 hours. It's a really solid performing device, man. I don't think it's gonna have poor battery life at all. I think it's only going to get better based on how I'm using it. You know what I mean? So I'm going to keep it paired to this watch combination together. I have 2 other Pixel watches, and I'll probably pair one of those to the other Obsidian, because I actually activated I have a number on this one right here. I have a number on this one. And recording this video, this is literally brand new. I just took it out of the box and set it up, transferred everything. But nonetheless, that will be the one that I predominantly take from the house and everything. And this one is going to be all about Team Pixel, man. I mean, I appreciate Google sending this over. This is the dopest combination right here. If you were thinking about getting the Bay version, you better go ahead and get it, because this joint right here is so fire together. It's so nice and refreshing. I'm a little biased, obviously, because I have a lot of blue devices and blue car, and, you know, I like blue. I like all shades of blue pretty much. And this is it. Let me try my wallet back here on this. This has it. It's kind of weak, but it works. It's my blue leather wallet. So yeah, man, I think Google did right by their consumers for bringing out something that was worth looking at nowadays, because every phone is black and white or gray or something like that. And it's refreshing to have something like this pop up in your feed or in your email and say, hey, here's the new so-and-so. You're like, yo, that's crazy right there. Yeah, so it is nice. So if you're wondering about the battery life, I mean, I would think based on my first day and a half of use of this, I think it's probably going to stay at around hour and a half to, 5.5 to 6 hours of screen on time for me. And on the day that I'm getting a lot of use out of it, I may get 8 hours or 10 hours, but I'm probably gonna have to charge in that same day because I have a lot of emails coming in, and it's just what it is. So quick discussion video on the battery life. As far as all those questions that you guys have been asking, is it better than this? Is it better than that? It's only been going on 2 days, folks. I cannot answer that yet. I've been testing the cameras. I've been taking more photos. Follow me on social media on Threads, Twitter, and Instagram. It's the same, Mr. J.L. Williams. And you'll see all the latest pictures and things that I post when I post them. So it's your man Jay. Hope you guys enjoyed a quick look once again at the Pixel 8 Pro. 24 hours later with the battery life, I think this is going to be a pretty good phone for battery. Let me know how your battery life is. If you've had yours the same amount of time as me, or you've had it, day or two longer, or whatever you just got. How do you think your battery life is going to be based on how you currently use your phones and what you have installed on them? Because I don't have a lot of applications installed on mine, but I just have the same app so I can move from device to device, and only the important apps. I don't put too many things on my devices. So I'll see you in the next video. Team Pixel, check in down below. And this is a beautiful, once again, a beautiful device sent out by Google for me. I appreciate it. But I continue to support the brand no matter what. I think you should do the same if you're Team Pixel. You're Team Pixel. Either you know or you know. I'll see you in the next video.